So hi everybody, happy to be here, very excited. Where is the clicker thing? Cool. So what we're going to do today is we're going to review our 2023 at WINN AI, and the way we thought about doing it is through 4 core initiatives that we ran, and we divided them in the fun way you see here, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, obviously, a couple of very successful campaigns that we've ran, and the bad, a campaign that didn't meet our KPIs, and the ugly is, well, you'll see. Okay, so let's spend 2 minutes about what is WINN AI, so everybody could have the proper context for the campaigns that we've ran. So basically, WINN AI, we're a sales technology company, and this is the sales world today. On one side, you have the almighty playbook. This is how sales leadership sees how things should work, their methodology, how you should qualify, how you're running your Zoom meetings. But the way account executives at the end of the day experience it is tons of admin work, endless CRM fields that they need to fill. And this is exactly the problem that we're solving. The way we do it is our assistant joins them on their Zoom calls, and basically we show a pre-configured template, and we do a couple of things which really helps the account executives. First, we track in real time every talking point, agenda item that was covered. They get checked automatically. The second thing that we do is we even know how to capture the information that was discussed during the conversation, and we know how to fill the specific CRM fields exactly like the salesperson would do it. So at the end of instead of the salesperson at the end of the conversation having to manually fill in all of those fields, the system do it for them, and you save tons of admin time for them. And then we really create this win-win situation where it's easy and beneficial for salespeople to follow the playbook on one hand, and leadership get playbook adoption on the other hand. So these were 2 minutes about WINN, and you can also check our website. And the first campaign that we're going to talk about today is how we launched the product. So we launched the product in June, so only 6 months we're in the market, and we really wanted to stand out. Like today, I think, and this is critical always, but in 24 will be even more critical than ever, you have to stand out, you have to do things differently. And what we did is we actually created this cute package. And what we had in the package is we had a keyboard, safety goggles, and a hammer. And we sent this package with a step-by-step guidance on how you can create your own campaign about your own video of yourself smashing a keyboard. I think the connection to the product is kind of obvious, right? You don't need anymore your keyboards because we basically do everything for you. And another really, really important thing which I want to emphasize is that we put a lot of emphasis on outreaching to as many sales influencers, sales leaders as we could. This is a huge part of the success of this company. We really, really invested in the outreach process. And I want to share with you a recap video of the results we saw. And I think the video will speak for itself. And good luck to me that it will work. Can everybody hear?
Listen, salespeople, we do not like typing things into the CRM.
I know. Say what? No, no, no. I love it. I love wasting my time.
So WINN AI sent me this cool care package with a keyboard in it.
A hammer.
And some goggles.
So, as such, we just don't have to break the keyboard.
Real gangster type playing number runs his mouth. Cause real gangsterized players don't start fights.
Is that your dog?
No, it's not our dog. The dog is from New York, I think. So it was a massive success. More than 100 videos being posted, almost 1,000 signups and demo requests that we got, and plenty of great logos also asking about us. So why was it so successful? So first of all, as I mentioned, I think you have to be bold. We took the chance, it paid off. And I also think, like, at least, and this might not be true for all niches, but in our niche, sales world, where influencers have a lot of, let's call it channel power, you have to learn how to leverage them, and by empowering them to create content, that really worked well for us, and definitely something we would double down on in 2024. And I think like I wouldn't have thought about canoeing a boat with a keyboard. So really utilize their creativity for your product. And as I've said, we put a lot of effort into outreach. That was like at least a month long of someone sitting on LinkedIn, getting all those people to participate in our campaign, their addresses and everything. Okay, that was the first campaign. Moving to the second thing that was really successful for us. So at WINN, we are a PLG company. I'm assuming that most of folks here know what PLG is. Maybe raise hands. Everybody here knows what PLG is? Okay, I see lots of hands, but okay, so basically I can spend probably an hour trying to summarize why we chose being a PLG company. It's not an obvious thing in 2023, 2024, but at the end of the day, it comes to if we have two identical products, one of which you can try directly on the website, see the value, and the other one you have to speak to a rep first before you can try it. It's quite clear which one you're going to try first. And this is maybe one of the main reasons why we chose being a PLG company. And obviously we're looking at it as a growth engine, building a lot of demand for our product, low activation threshold to see the value in our product. But then we actually saw another value, which we didn't expect. So about 2 months after the launch, we saw a few users from this huge software company, really like 1,500 salespeople, huge organization, and we saw a great fit for the product in their users. They really liked us, but they had no executive power. They didn't have influence in the organization. So obviously, what do you do in this situation? You start to go top down, right? You want to look for those leaders in the company and tell them, hey, your folks really like our product. Maybe you should give it a try. But we did one more thing there. What we did is we started a massive outreach campaign into the account executives and account managers in that company. So we actually spent a lot of resources. We told them, hey, your friends are using this tool, maybe you should check it out. And also because we saw there's such an excitement about our tool, we knew there's a great fit there for them, and it worked tremendously well. And that was one of the things that helped us grow from like the first initial user to like 50 users. When we started the actual pilot at that company, we had more than 100 active users there. This is like amazing. This is unheard of. And before we even signed the contract, we already had more than 300 active users at that company. So really cool way to leverage PLG. If you are targeting really big accounts, then you can prospect into them, offering the free trial for their users to try. Cool, okay, I'm going really fast, so I'm gonna be on time. The bad. Now, I feel bad for calling this campaign bad. I don't think it was bad. It was actually, it was a good campaign. We just didn't hit the KPIs that we wanted with it, and I'm gonna share with you why we think we didn't. But first of all, let me introduce Captain Quota. So we had a big theme in the second half of the year. Basically, so as I said, WINN is a company built for account executives. and we're helping them. We're taking their admin work away, and we really wanted to put the message out that we're there for the salespeople. We appreciate them, we're thinking about them, and one of the fun ways we thought about doing it is arranging a Zoom call between an influencer and an account executive of their choice and surprising them with a fun song, which we composed for this and sung by our own Captain Quota, with the purpose of cheering them, making them laugh, showing that we care. And I'm going to share a recap video with it. I want to say that it's not the thing that didn't work, and we're going to talk about it in a minute, is not the creative itself. Like, this was very well received, and people really loved it and laughed from it, which I think, as a marketing person, making people laugh is amazing. That's like one of the highest things you can achieve. Okay, so let's take a quick look. We're not going to see the entire video.
What's going on here?
Who's that?
Okay.
Awesome. So fun.
I thought those mushrooms I had for lunch have finally kicked in.
Hi.
Arr, ahoy, mates! Fast there, you Latin lovers! How is everybody doing today? Arr, hoist the sail! Captain Quota in the house. How are you boys doing this morning?
Chris, meet Captain Quota.
Ah, Captain Quota, how are ya? I heard there were some incredible salespeople here that deserve a little cheer. Now, what are you waiting for? We got some selling to do. What can you do to hit your quotas? What can you do to hit your quotas? What can you do to hit your quotas early in the quarter? Grind, turn LinkedIn, zoom, 4 hours, sit on your
Is he here right now?
Make them laugh, you know you've got to make them laugh, you know you've got to make them laugh, you know you've got to know you're dead inside.
We're already recording.
Okay. So, as I said, making people laugh, definitely one of the best things as a marketing person. So this was very well received, but why didn't it work for us as well as the other campaign? It was very complicated. It was very complicated to arrange those calls, having 2 people go live without them knowing what to expect. And it created a really complicated logistic journey for us. And at the end of the day, we didn't get to this critical mass, which you saw in the previous campaign, where we had like 100 LinkedIn videos. This one had like 20 something. So you can see the difference. And we learned the hard way that there is such thing as a too complicated campaign. So that's the number one takeaway here. And I think another thing which, like, if you think about the keywords campaign, you can see the direct path from the campaign messaging, breaking your keywords, to WINN's value. You don't need to take notes anymore. Well, in this case, this is very much a brand awareness campaign. Like, they get it, okay, we cheer for them, but what does WINN do? They don't know it after, even if they participated in the campaign. So I think this is one of the reasons we didn't see these high KPIs if you're looking from the lead generation prisma on it. Okay, now we're getting to the ugly. So how many folks here are familiar with SaaStr? SaaStr is a really, really big, not too many, okay, so SaaStr is a really big conference in the tech world. It had like 15,000 people this year, so one of those massive events. And this is also a continuation of the same overall theme that we had. We wanted to be there, show salespeople we care about them, we appreciate their hard work, and we created unique swag for it, and we went there and we delivered it in the booths. We created those money guns, which you see there, which were branded, and they're shooting like WINN branded dollars to celebrate their wins. And again, this was very successful with the salespeople, less with the security. So I don't know if everybody can read it, but it says we were kicked out of SaaStr. You can see I'm very pleased. And So obviously it's kind of hard to meet your KPIs where you're not in the conference, which you were supposed to be. And the reason it didn't work for us, so I think I can highlight two things here. First, we thought of SaaStr as this like free-spirited, innovative conference, while in fact it's one of the more strict conferences you could meet. They even banned some of the like actual booths there because they were handing out food and it was like forbidden. So you have to make sure that if you're going to go wild, it's going to be well received in the conference. And a second thing, which is maybe slightly more tactical, but we were debating whether we want to sponsor because we didn't see us standing in the booth there. And basically, this was the wrong call not to sponsor because I'm not sure, I don't think they would have allowed us to do what we wanted, but there is a chance that they wouldn't kick us out if we were sponsoring the event. So if you're going full guerrilla mode, maybe you should buy the booth. And last thing I want to leave you with is our thoughts on 2024. So it's somewhat of a recap of what we spoke of. We want to double down on partnerships. We're going to do more of these campaigns, except more fun stuff coming next year as well. We really believe that we want to stand out, and this is our way. And the hyper-targeted outbound motion with our PLG, with our free trial offering, worked really well for us. And my director of sales here really wants this last slide for us, 2020, this last bullet point for us. 2024, as you all know, is all about revenues. We're going to put heavy emphasis on our top-down funnel. Just can't let any leads go away in this year. Yeah, that was it. Any questions?
Why didn't you call it The Good, Bad, and the Disaster?
There's a movie called The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. So you're familiar with it. Okay. Yeah.
Are you compensating the influencers that you use for the campaigns?
Great question. So the question was if we are compensating the influencers that are partnering with us. And so there's not a one-liner to it. Some of them we do, some of them we don't. And also even some of them, in some cases we will, and some occasions we won't. Basically, most of those influencers for a long-time partnership, yes, for sure we would compensate them and build some kind of a compensation mechanism. But on the first campaign that you've seen, we didn't pay anybody because we pretty much, we created the content for them, put everything in their hands, and it was their choice if they want to go live with it or not. As we build our brand, people also expect us, like it's not, we had the grace of the first time that we are asking for their help. Next times they are already expecting something. Yes?
How do you get buy-in from the executive level for radical creative that isn't directly leading to conversions?
That's a great question. So the question was, did we get the executive how did we get the executive buy-in for these radical campaigns, and also in the case they don't lead to conversions? So first of all, I'm very fortunate. My CEO is actually the main driver of those crazy initiatives. It has to be in your DNA. I think it will be hard to convince someone who doesn't want this kind of brand, doesn't want to stand out this way. So I do have the executive buying power. However, I will say, yes, our goal is definitely to convert, definitely to generate leads, to generate users. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a good fit for us. Yes?
On the videos with the breaking the keyboard, were these just influencers or also customers? How did you decide who to reach out to?
So the question was, in the videos that we created for the first campaign, was there only influencers or also customers and other sales leaders? I don't remember the exact question. Hope I'm not too much misphrasing it. So it was a bunch of everything, but at the core of it, you have to have those influencers because they have the reach. And that's what we want to do. We want to get as many eyeballs as we can. So we put a lot of focus on getting those influencers, but there's nothing wrong with getting as many people to share it as they want. There were even a few folks participating in the campaign without the boxes. They just broke their own keyboards. I don't know, they probably had some spare keyboards, and we were really excited to see that. But yeah, we put a lot of focus on influencers there because their reach is what we wanted to achieve with this campaign. Do we have time? Or one last question.
How many influencers did you start from? What's the size of the funnel? You ended with 100, but how many have you started and where did you get them?
Great question. So the question was how many influencers did we have at the top of the funnel and how did we build that list? So it was, I don't remember exactly, but a few hundreds, close, maybe even 1,000. I don't remember the exact number. And we built it with a lot of research, like the usual suspects. You'd go and you look for high follower count in our domain, and it was very difficult to put that list, and we did put some resources on that. It's not like we got it from, there was no magic there that just got us the entire list of influencers.
Thank you.
Thank you.